Hello and welcome to Who Agrees with me, Kendra McPherson.
And me, Paul Black. And as always, thank you to our wonderful sponsor, Iola, keeping us gorgeous and specky and our lovely glasses. And speaking of gorgeous and specky, we are joined by the most gorgeous, the most specky, I would say the most successful specky person in Scotland, at least.
No way.
Christopher Macarthur-Boyd.
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Welcome. That's your first time on a podcast.
This is my first ever podcast appearance.
How are
Not
you
even
finding it?
You
today.
ran through.
You
Not
ran
even
through.
today.
No,
so
I've
good.
already done one today.
Ran through
actually.
podcasting.
I'm not ran through.
Well, how long you been doing it? You've had a podcast for ages. I remember you had that one back in the day. Was it
Music
called
one, Enjoy an
an Album? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Uh-huh.
That was not only, sorry, I'm going to say it back, gorgeous, specky, trailblazer.
I know I was about to say veteran, which is better than ran through.
Stalwart.
Ran through is crazy.
Ran through podcast.
I gave podcast over here.
I thought you said gay, and I was like, come on.
No, that's you. Shout out.
Looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Shout out to the LGBT community.
Well, we were just discussing before, but thank you. First of all, sorry, I just brushed off. I actually was listening to the latest episodes of your podcast today, and you were shouting out the LGBT community and that. Maybe stop.
Maybe stop doing it.
No, it's fine. You're allowed to. No, it was funny because it was you and Kim were having a back and forth.
Kimbo. Yeah.
And Roscoe was, he was going, no, he's bi. And then Kim was like, you're ruining the momentum with the joke. So I nearly did that as well. So, but I won't over-explain myself. Thank you on behalf of my side of the LGBT community,
Yeah.
which is very important. But we're
It's a
discussing
wide
before
circus.
It's
not a circus, a wide tent.
Oh,
Freudian slip! Freudian slip! I'm
I
correct.
don't think gay people are cleansed. I'm saying it's a broad church.
yes. And you know, can I say on the word broad church, I didn't know about the word broad church before the TV show.
Me
And
neither.
I'm going,
No
really?
way.
Oh, that makes me
No
feel
way.
better. I felt like
know,
a dumb
and
bit.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And you would know words,
And
so
I
that's
didn't
fine.
know that, so don't worry about that. I'm here for you.
So you thought that when someone said, "Oh, it's a bit of a broad church," you thought they were talking about the coastal.
Yeah, I
child
was like,
David
I like
Tennant.
Luke Coleman,
TV
David
program.
Tennant.
That
Yeah.
was so good.
I never watched.
I didn't watch. I don't watch that.
It's on ITVX. You should really watch it. It really made
I don't
me
think
feel.
it's good.
That's the
You
first
should.
time I've ever heard someone say that.
Whoa, future sponsor ITVX.
So no, ITVX, you should
It
really watch it.
genuinely is so good. It goes off.
Can I say I was going through all my expenses for the year recently, as you do during tax return time. So I was looking at all my bank statements, right, and I was trying to find something, and I realised I found out that I've been paying for a Cineworld membership for a year that I thought I cancelled, which really hurt me.
I can't believe you for that.
Especially since it's closed.
And also,
Don't get me started on that.
Kendra's got actually. She took them to court, Erin Brockovich style, and got not court. She
I've got-
stuck it to the man,
I've
and she
got
got a
personal
refund.
vendetta. It's a toxic relationship, but I'll let you continue.
Sorry, we'll circle back to. I was just going to say, I also realised that I was paying for ITVX. When did I pay for that? It's when I randomly became straight last summer and watched Love Island. And I
Oh,
went,
that was you though, because you were the one that said before when we did the Love Island podcast about paying for that subscription so we didn't
it's
have
your
to
fault.
do ads.
Yeah, it's just a logistical solution. I
Yeah.
think.
And just to clarify, I wasn't trying to claim back ITVX as a subscription service.
should, you're
But I
a TV
heard you
writer.
can because if you, it's research.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe I
You
should.
have a yeah, I liked your film where
Your
the
close personal
govern
friend.
queen of the govern.
Exactly.
What's it called?
Govern Fair Queen.
Govern Fair
Thank you
Queen.
very much.
Very fun.
Yeah, so
You
you
enjoy?
actually sent me a kind message about it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But then you went on to tell me about your close personal friend, Elaine C. Smith.
Well, I went to school with her daughter,
Yep.
Hannah Morton, who is a
Fellow comedian.
fellow member of the Scottish comedy community, and I went to her 18th, must have been 17th.
At Elaine's house.
Yeah, I was in Elaine C. Smith's house getting out my nut. It was awesome. She had a
Oh,
big
you're,
dog
you're not on
house.
good vibes.
What?
You're not on
You're
good
not on
vibes.
comedy. Humour.
Recreational
What
comedy.
was that term you were saying about Jamie XX? Gosh.
I was saying enjoyed it recreationally.
Yeah.
That's what you were doing.
I was enjoying a lot. Yeah, it was a good night.
I don't know why.
There's a big picture actually on Facebook. Like, I never deleted any of the pictures of me from when I was a teenager. So I'm 32 now. So it's like 14 years, but the pictures are still up there. There's a picture of me with a big, massive joint in Elaine C.
Nice.
Smith's back garden.
I was actually going to say, like, I didn't want to ask your age because that's only rude to women, really.
Yeah.
But I just think you have such a youthful energy around
Thank
you.
you
So
so
you're
much.
32.
32.
Yeah.
I'll say, and
So like
it's-
a day over
What would
15.
you guess?
You know, I think that you suit being 32.
Thank you.
I would say maybe 27,
Wow.
but youthful aura
Yeah.
that you
do
have.
you know what? Do you ever come across a comedian and you like just assumed they were like your age and then actually they're 21?
Ageless.
That's what I would think about
I
you.
think ageless.
Like if you turn around and you were like, I'm actually 22, I'd be like, oh, fuck.
but it's
fair
a
enough.
pretty round through 22.
No,
You're loving Ram
You've
through
got-
now. You're loving
you're
Ram.
looking young.
Thank
Well
you so
done.
much.
And it's not just because you're a short king that's come from me, but then again, I did see that you were. Was it
You're
Virgin
taller than me.
Radio? Wait. Wait, are you asking me if I'm taller than you?
You're taller than me.
Oh, I thought
I
you were
wouldn't
like
say you were a
asking me in
short king.
shock, and I was about to go. Excuse me.
You're taller than me.
Yeah,
I was on
I'm
Virgin
5'8".
Radio. Are you?
Yeah, well, 5'9".
Aye, but as I said on Virgin Radio with Chef Lloyd, I don't consider 5'8" people to be short.
Well, which I was about to bring up because I seen you saying that, and I was like, "How can that can't possibly be true? 5'8" is absolutely short.
Do
Not
you
king.
think?
Short king. I'm short king.
I wouldn't know.
No?
The thing for you is, to me, you are so, and I mean this so kindly, average. Like, see, when I see your height, I don't
say
No,
that.
I mean in terms of height. I mean, when I see you,
Damn.
I don't see small or tall. I just see your height.
I don't see a human being.
No.
I don't see a citizen.
Average.
Do you know what I mean? Though? I
Yeah.
wouldn't be like,
Mediocre.
oh, Paul, you're not. No, your height
Subpar.
is not remarkable to me
Keep
in
going.
a good way.
Yes.
So it's not like it's like me. My height's not remarkable. Do you know what I mean? I'm neither incredibly small
Aye, but
lady
you're
or
a
a tall
lassie,
lady.
Do you know when
Different.
someone's digging a hole, they think, I can just keep going
You
and I'll
normally
get to
can.
China.
Kendra, that's genuinely a skill you have because not that I think you're often digging a hole because you're more considerate about what you say than I am out loud, and I always want to.
I do
So
try.
actually, just on the way here, I got in the lift in this building and I seen someone I used to work with. And do you ever, out of awkwardness, social awkwardness, end up being rude? Like I
we
feel
were
like
we were talking
just
about that
done
with
it
the
so
hug
bad.
thing because I gave Chris a hug when we came in earlier,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, I didn't actually pause to think whether you were a hugger or
hugger.
not. I normally do just do it, but then
Yeah.
if I didn't do it, I somehow would feel like I was coming across rude.
I'm
Maybe.
Yeah.
happy to hug anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but
Good.
I just don't want to seem over familiar to someone.
Fair,
you know?
that's
Yeah.
that, and I respect that.
But I don't think
actually.
that either of you are over familiar in the slightest.
Do you know? I think I'm quite an overfamiliar person. Oh, were you being sarcastic?
No, I'm not being I'm being deeply sincere.
Oh, really?
The
Because
fact you keep going into that plant is so funny.
I just think it's nice.
This is your next. That would literally be an image for your next podcast.
See, in my second last flat, I had a shower curtain that was like parrots and plants like that as the pattern.
Nice.
Loved it.
That's very. Do
you
I
like
know-
a shower
Very
curtain?
kitsch.
catch?
Super kitsch. Do I like a shower curtain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
do you? Because they're quite widely hated.
But
I
how,
think they are when
feel
they're
it
wet and they get all
and
over
they
your
stick
leg.
to your back. How
Yeah.
does that feel?
I don't back up into them, but do you know what I
I've
mean?
Yeah, but
always
something
been
you not
like-
got a lot of room.
I've always been like this with a shower curtain. If it's there, I'm going to make the best of it. I wouldn't choose it. I wouldn't seek one out.
Wow.
But if it's there, I'll just get
We
over
used
it.
to have them
We've had them
together.
I've recently graduated. We've shared shower curtains
have.
many a
Do you
time.
know that way when you're renting somewhere and it's got that kind of millennial grey landlord aesthetic where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, let's just make everything pure grey and featureless and then people will
Yeah.
be into it. I just don't like that at all. And it was just a way of just getting a bit of colour and a bit of kitsch and a little bit of fucking
Something in the morning.
You wake
Give
up,
you
there's a
something
big
to
parrot.
live for.
You wake up, there's a big parrot.
for every
Something
day.
to live for.
A
my
reason
parrot
to
pal.
keep going.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because you, again, something I could have guessed about you is that you shared that you used to be an emo.
Aye.
And
So did
Still am,
I.
I
so
would say
did
I'm still
I.
an emo, I would
Yeah,
say.
I would say, like, see, when I see you and Roscoe, I think you's made it out the cat house smoking area.
He was a
Yous
drug dealer
made
in the
it.
cat house. He used to punt eckies.
Does he talk
Um,
about that publicly?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
He's pretty open about it. I think I mentioned.
Allegedly.
Love
I
that
broke-
vulnerability.
Yeah.
Well, he was like, well, it's like he's a comedian now, and then he was a plumber before that. So it's not like he was like, oh, I'm not
What
going to
a
get that
varied
promotion. And- oh,
life.
he's had a life, yeah.
He's lived, and we've all lived in the cat house smoking area, apart from Kendra.
Hell
And
nah.
I
that's-
never went to the cat house because I was like, no, I'm a rocker, I'm an emo. I was like, I'm a fucking metalhead. So I
Were
only
you
went to the cat
solid
house.
rock?
Yeah.
Because there is a hierarchy, even
Oh, yeah.
amongst minks.
Well, let's do it together. How would we place from respected lover of music. Like, let's say the top of it is Radio 6 dad.
Wow.
What's the bottom?
Like some 41ers for me.
Oh, really?
I
Pop punk.
kind of, even though I graduated out of being an emo when I was about 14. So I hit my
Graduated?
Yeah, but now because I studied it.
Where's
clearly.
no, but
Hard
when did you
knocks.
start if you finished at
but
14?
I was like, I'm not joking, 10, 11. Like, no, I swear to God, like
Yeah.
full on. And then by the time I got to like second year at high school, I was over it. But obviously it doesn't really fully leave you. So
No.
I kept a lot of
Yeah.
it with me. But yeah, I was full on, like my LimeWire was clogged the fuck up with the used and all that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
System of a Down.
Full on, like full on.
Clogged up with a used.
It was Bert McCracken.
Wow.
But yeah, then I moved on from it. So I've not really,
You grew up. You did a lot of things sooner than me.
Where
in life.
did you go to from there, though, in terms of like social subcultures or whatever? Where did you go?
Well, I got my period and then I was on a different vibe altogether.
Yeah.
Then I was, when you would call it like indie. So I loved
Death
it,
Cab.
NME and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I loved that.
I
Was
had a
kind of
similar
all my
path.
vibe.
We
yeah.
did. I think we did similar as well. I think we all kind of. That's why we're all here today, guys, because we all
We're
had a
indie.
very similar music
former emo
trajectory.
convention.
But I obviously was cursed with being a gay man, so I had a lot of other things going on
Yeah.
musically, which also great. But I think I can dip in and out of different
You can,
things. But
yeah.
I did. I was never. Tell you what, I was never truly into metal.
No.
Heavy metal. I
So-
did like Slipknot.
What would
They're
we
metal.
classify
Aye.
as heavy metal?
Well, Slipknot are heavy metal,
Aye.
but I think they had a kind of appeal for non-metal heads because they had the kind of costumes,
The costumes,
mask,
the pageantry.
the jumpsuit, the big bin
Yeah.
that he hits with a
Yeah.
baseball
There
bat.
was a
and we-
lot going
and-
on.
Yeah. What was it you spoke about? The rain and the cereal bowl and
I was
music video?
just about
Sorry.
to see the whole time you were talking. All I
Sorry.
could say was the cereal bowl in the rain. What vid Slipknot? Metal correspondent Christopher
Is it Jelly?
Duality,
and then there's a
when they
cereal
all
bowl
run
and
in
there's rain.
the
Come on
The
in
rain will
it.
kill us all.
Cause the
Rain will kill us all.
Yeah, that's
That
my
was
one thing
good.
I carry with me a lot.
Can I
That
just say
visual.
they had a pop new that nobody really gave them credit for.
I would say so.
They could write a chorus.
And
They
you know
psychosocial. Okay, they get the psychosocial, but they've also got the
exactly, and it taps
Harmonies.
into my favourite genre of music, subgenre, WWE entrance song. And that's where, and we say all the time, the amount of times in our friendship we have listened to "It's Time to Play the Game" and various
That's metal.
others.
Yeah, I love the
That's
game
metal.
actually.
I think you are a secret metalhead.
No, I am. Yeah, I am.
You want to hear some metal? You want to hear me raw?
I am. But I was watching the Grammys last night, right? And I was
Of
thinking,
course you were. I knew you'd stay up
me?
because I know
because
you
it's
stay
on
up
until
all
like
night.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I just
I'm
know
an
you stay up.
insomniac.
I know you
don't-
stay up to watch it.
I've been meaning to bring this up. Sorry, we've done 45 tangents in 2 seconds, and I
I
know we
love it.
always do that, but that was particularly extreme for me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make one last tangent. Do you remember I was briefly obsessed with the Reform UK woman? Have you heard her original song?
Oh,
Like kind of
at that party conference,
And
she
she-
went, "I've got a song, Insomnia or Hysteria or something like that."
Insomniac.
Uh-huh.
And she just wrote it herself, and she just came out with a little Britney mic and just started going, "I'm an insomniac, I'm an insomniac," and that was kind
There's all
of
these fascists in the crowd just
Yeah.
going,
What the fuck are you
not
talking
what I
about?
expected.
yeah. But the so I'm an insomniac, so I was staying up all night watching the Grammys, right?
Yeah.
And there was a performance from a metal band I hadn't heard of, and I just kept thinking
What were they called?
that. Can't remember.
What did
It
they
was
look
in the
like?
pre-show, so maybe they're new.
Mhm.
That's normally like for the. I thought, why the fuck was I watching the Grammys pre-show?
Turnstile won Best Rock.
It wasn't
I saw
Turnstile.
that.
I'm going to hold my hands up and say, and maybe I'll lose one of my 3 straight male fans. I've never listened to Turnstile, but
That's
I seen their wee concert they put on. Looked fun. Did you like to mosh?
Do you know, I'm too
I
speculative
was
for mosh.
gonna say too small.
I'm too small. I get
Get
stood down in the
lost.
pit.
No, but you've got hair that could do it.
You
What?
could whip
'Cause
that
you've got-
fringe.
you-
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, do it
Do it
again.
again.
Do it straight on camera. That's really good.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
can't do that.
See, when I was in secondary school, I had long hair down to here when I was a proper metalhead. But before that, I had a wee emo fringe with a blonde streak through it that my
Oh,
dad
nice.
done because he's a hairdresser. And people 2
Is your
years
dad
ago,
a hairdresser?
Yes.
I would love that if that was me.
it's good.
Yeah.
Would you love
Continue,
if your
sorry.
dad was a hairdresser?
Yes.
think about your dad as a hairdresser? Would you love
Oh,
that?
darling, come here. That was it.
That would be it.
Sorry, continue.
What does your dad do?
a hairdresser.
He's got quite a few vocations at the moment, but I'll tell you that later.
Okay, cool.
He will
Secret
watch his
dad
back.
joke.
Call me a fucking hairdresser.
And people, boys from 2 years above would go do that thing with your hair, and I would go emo fringe, and I would flip it. This was before Willow Smith.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
I
I was
already
whipping
had
my
that
hair
thought,
back and forth like that, and people
For older boys
for the
entertainment.
older boys at the school, yeah.
And did
Tart.
you do what song would you do with it? Would you do Disturbed?
It wasn't. They didn't really have a soundtrack. They would call me Lil Chris.
Oh,
Do you know him?
Yeah, of course. Checking it out.
God
Did you
rest
checking
his
it
soul.
out?
I know. Oh, you had to
Taking
take
my
it.
chances.
Oh, what a wee shame
What a
about
drama.
him.
He killed himself.
You
I know.
I was not saying that explicitly,
He
but
did.
he did. A lot
After
of
the
pressure.
Gene Simmons Channel 4 random program that he went on.
And this is why I will find you in every lifetime, because if there is one thing we're going to do is watch the exact same things.
That was so good.
Gene Simmons' tongue.
That was
Gene Simmons'
great.
dog. Did you watch that
School
when
of
you were
it
younger?
wasn't School of Rock. It was
No.
in response to School of Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cultural response.
But there was so much stuff like that. There
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
that. There was that Disney film out. There was like Rock Band Camp or something.
Oh, Camp
Camp
Rock.
Rock.
Camp Rock.
Yeah.
There was there was a lot of
Rock band camp.
there's a lot of own brand School of Rock.
So did you feel quite in amongst the zeitgeist at that time then?
Yeah, I look back and I go, wow, Guitar Hero, School of Rock. That was just like a wee. Here's a wee type of person you can be.
Mm-hmm.
and WWE.
And
of
WWE.
course.
Me and my dad used to watch wrestling when I was like 5. So
It's
I've.
my dream
I
to
was-
go to one. I've never been.
What do you mean?
I want the
But
Americanness.
SmackDown comes here all the time. You
I
could have
know,
went
but
to
I've
see
never
Randy Orton
been.
if you want.
I know I should, and you know, but I don't know if you know, but Randy Orton was my number one. Sexual
know that,
Awakening.
I know that.
Yeah, it
I
was
What
forgot
era
about
Randy
that.
Orton though? Because
first when he first came onto the scene.
really.
But he was always wearing the
RKO.
pants. What did you say?
RKO.
Yeah,
RKO.
RKO. But if RKO'd Stacey Keebler.
Yeah, he did.
And
When he was the
that's fucked up.
legend killer.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. See, what I thought I was going to do there was just dip my toe into a topic, but I didn't know I was up against an expert. And
No, but
I
I'm
know.
so fascinated because he's had so many. He's like David Bowie or
yeah,
Lady Gaga or
Thank you.
Madonna or something. He's like really reinvented himself many times in his career, and I just wondered what aspect to him was it that just found you?
I don't think he's been that many versions.
What
Of it.
tickled you? Oh, you mean like, yeah, what was like,
I
what
don't know.
zone was he
I
in
didn't,
when he
I
appealed
didn't
to
have
you?
the words then or
To
now
describe it, yeah.
to describe. It was
Sometimes you
visceral.
don't though. Sometimes you don't. You just
was a
know.
bad boy.
Yeah, is that what? You,
No,
is that
that's
your
not-
vibe?
No,
He is a bad boy though.
Do you not like? I'm
Yes.
just a sexy boy.
of
sexy
course I do.
boy.
It's another one we'd
Michaels.
listen to.
But when we were, I know we're not the same age, but when we were coming up,
Yeah.
HBK Shawn Michaels was already an old man,
Yeah, he was.
and it was almost sarcastic
Are
that
there
he was called the
new-
sexy
He was
boy.
like vintage WWE.
Are there
when we were
new
like-
wrestlers still coming
Yeah,
up, or is it because I
every
feel
day
like
a new
this
one's
was-
born.
really?
Watch Lassie.
No,
I've
but
heard this too.
I
There's a
mean,
few.
as in like what I imagine with WWE and stuff, it's quite a retro vintage vibe. Is that still current?
The good thing is they bring people back. It's like Corey. It's like
Yeah,
EastEnders.
like Corey
People
Dale. Have you
come
seen
back.
Corey
But
Dale?
it's
I've
like
heard about
Celtic
that.
as well because
Yes.
I couldn't believe Martin O'Neill's a character again.
Martin O'Neill will
Martin
never
O'Neill's
stop
wee
coming on
joggies.
back. another specky trailblazer.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Very much
He's
so.
always been specky.
Yeah.
No two ways about it.
I couldn't believe when I found out he used to be a football player.
I can't imagine it. I can't envision
He
it.
was like a big deal for like Nottingham Forest. I don't fucking like football, but he was like, oh, the wee fast Irish guy. Yeah. And then he became a manager. I'm like, I thought he was born in the library. And then at the age of 40, they went, you can manage a football team now. I had no idea he had an athletic.
Born in the
I need to
library.
use that more. Well, who knows? Martin O'Neill, WWE trajectory. The managers still get the same, because it was hard because WWE blurred the lines between reality and fiction. And you didn't know what was truly going on.
Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon is a real person.
Yes.
And so are his
It's
children
such
and
an
wife.
art form. It really is because it blends physicality with creativity, storytelling, narrative, pageantry.
Brighton.
Words being dropped twice this
Yeah.
episode, but it's true. Wee tiny pants.
Love.
Yeah.
And do you know that Vince McMahon's wife, Linda? No.
Linda McMahon.
Linda McMahon is the head of like education.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and the
nuts.
Trump
cabinet.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Wild.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Martin O'Neill could be in Donald Trump's third term. You don't fucking have a clue
Called it now.
anymore. Life can just happen.
But it is crazy how these characters come back and you think, well, I'm sure I'll never hear about Martin O'Neill again. I'll never hear about Randy Orton again. But if you watch TV, they're both still on there.
Is Randy Orton still in WWE?
He's still going.
Were you
still
a
at
fan
it.
of the SmackDown vs. Raw games?
Yes.
For me, a big part of my childhood was going on SmackDown vs. Raw and then creating my full family in the created wrestler version and then kicking fuck out my dad as me.
That's crazy.
Royal Rumble.
That's what I was doing with The Sims, though.
Yeah. See, that's I think that's a more, the thing is with Sims, you couldn't fight. But you can build a
No.
life.
SmackDown's like Sims for boys.
Yeah, but that I was
I was
creating
playing
a
Sims.
life over there
I was playing Sims as well.
on The Sims. But I told you about when my friend did like what you did with your dad, and she fell out with me, and we'd previously made our lives together on The Sims, and then we had a fallout, and then we
In real
made
life?
up. We fell out in real life, and then we made up, and then I went round to hers to get our relationship back on track as a 10-year-old girl, and thought, why don't we do what we used to do before this whole big fight and go on The Sims? And then she'd obviously forgotten to undo the damage that she'd dealt during our
can't even
fallout,
believe this.
and she'd put me in the pool and taken the ladders away, so I was just flailing
classic.
about drowning
Drowning forever.
and then I seen that there was some other horrible ritualistic item happening in the garden where I was in like a bricked up area starving.
See, the thing is, life is a mirror, because that's exactly the situation I've heard enough about you at that age to know that you would have done that to your friend too.
I probably would have.
Yeah.
So
I was a cruel mistress.
My
You
big
could-
sister got someone, I think it was me, she put me in the basement in The Sims 2 when you could go underground. And she put me in a room with no doors, no windows, no stairs out. And it was just 40 parrots and me. And they were just squawking.
Did she have an expansion pack? I was going to say, because you don't just get them. That's an
You
extra.
pay
You don't
extra.
just get the
Yeah.
and that all explains your shower curtain. It was a sense of familiarity. Your parrot shower curtain, that made you feel safe, and that's why you were freakishly defending shower curtains so much
Well,
earlier.
yeah, I think they're quite good for keeping water in the shower.
Yeah, fair.
They are practical.
Yeah, they are
They are
practical.
indeed.
It's just you need a bit of colour in this. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fits the vibe. It's that plant's quite kitsch.
Super kitsch. This is a kitsch set. No, not an
No,
attack
that's
on
very kitsch. The little wavy cat. What's its universal name?
wavy cat.
No.
I will have an official name, but
Lucky
I'm not sure
cat,
what
they're
it is.
called Lucky
Yeah, it's a
Cat,
lucky
that's her.
cat. It is
Yeah.
a lucky cat. That's what it is indeed.
Oh, hold on. This will pertain to you, Chris. The Chinese waving cat is actually the Japanese Maneki Neko.
Maneki
Ooh.
Neko.
So it's not Chinese.
Neko means cat.
Apologies.
Are you a Japan enthusiast?
I'm a Japanophile.
Are you? Have you been? I'm assuming
Once.
Once.
Yeah,
That's okay. You
that's
have
enough.
been.
It's
And
expensive.
even if you hadn't been,
Mm.
it's an aspirational thing.
Well,
so
Is this
you would
something
I'm
you
be
two are
planning-
there.
interested in?
I'm planning to go for my 30th in
Can I
November.
say this to you?
Yeah.
You love a holiday.
Do you actually message me that you replied to my Instagram story? No, man loved a holiday, and I was on my first holiday of the year.
You
and
have
I thought,
calmed
based
down.
on what?
You've calmed down a little bit recently. You did used to be more holiday
Listen,
based.
what is best in the what? Not having children and not having a mortgage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm going on fucking holiday.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. No, you deserve it.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't know why I got
No,
defensive.
I get it.
It's
I'm
because
sure
now
you
it's
get a lot of
normally like
this.
our parents' generation.
Well,
are like,
you know
what is it your
what?
mom says?
Oh,
You
my-
are good to yourself.
No, I
you're very good to
literally
yourself, aren't you?
step outside the house and breathe air that naturally occurs, and my mum would be like, "Good to yourself, aren't you?" Of course, sure, you're never in the fucking house.
That's it. Yeah.
Well,
I
that
do
is
like
the-
a holiday as well, to be fair.
I love a holiday.
But Japan's a big one though. That's like a lifetimer. When did you go there?
Maybe not 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. It was stunning.
How long did you spend there?
2 weeks.
Do you think that was enough? Never enough. Never enough.
Never enough.
What's your favourite Japan fact?
Oh, they're all. I mean, they had a prime.
I love them all. I love them all.
They had a prime minister who was mental and was like aligned with a cult that worshipped. It was like a Christian Korean cult that infiltrated Japanese society, And then there was this wee guy whose mum killed herself, and then his big brother killed himself because of this cult. And so his name was Shinzo. Was his name Shinzo Abe? No, the Prime Minister's name was Shinzo Abe, and he assassinated him with a homemade gun.
Shut up. When did that happen?
Nice.
Like 4 years ago, 5
So
years
the-
ago.
quite
Really
recent.
recent, pure recent.
Oh, I thought we were getting really historic there. That's scary to me.
Oh,
It's
and
like-
that's your favourite Japan fact?
Well,
That's why you win.
I would have loved to have went to where it happened because the guy was a real rotter. This
Mm-hmm.
Prime Minister, nasty character.
Yeah, sounds up.
And everybody was like, "Hey, that was a bit bang out when you shot him." But then he explained why he done it, and everybody went, "Yeah, that was why was that cult involved in so many layers of Japanese society?" And then everybody agreed that he was right for doing it. So he's still in jail for doing it, but like everybody's like enacted laws that are in the favor of the assassin. It's one of the most successful
So you can
assassinations.
Really?
shoot
Oh,
someone if you
interesting.
make the gun
A
yourself.
lot of things in life are about intention, though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And there's nuance to everything, including your intention behind
There
shooting
is.
someone with a gun.
Homemade gun. It was a
And-
pure
and
Blue Peter thing as
impressive.
well. It was like a.
I was about to say
held
DIY.
together with sellotape and blue tack and all that.
Well, you know about my dad's crossbow he made me as a child.
Yes.
What?
I had a homemade crossbow, and I used to walk down the street with it. And then once there was me, my dad made 3 of them, and then
See?
Was he a vampire hunter?
no, but it was very. When we spoke about this,
Don't
we were
you dare
speaking
say
about
Van
Van Helsing.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I bet I bet you of the time. What age are you? 32. Yeah, you would have had your long hair when Van Helsing was out.
That film?
Mm.
I remember being in primary school and Heather Hutchison, who sat next to me, she had
Government name.
she had got a pack of Van Helsing stickers.
Need.
Yeah. I had no
Nice.
idea there was Van Helsing stickers, and she had Van Helsing and she went, "Look at that." And I was like, "Heather, that is so cool."
Need
And
to be on
then
her
we-
vibe.
I thought she was going to rise against you there, and that shows where my mind's
I was
at.
ready to gang up on Heather Hutchison,
Yeah,
but
so
now
was
she's
I. I
an
was ready to call her
ally.
out.
Aye, that's cool.
Thank you, Heather. And we discussed in depth what vampire we fancied the most.
Well, no,
But-
because remember there was the sexy
I'm about to
vampire
answer.
girls.
Yeah, there was
The
3.
three sexy.
Yeah, yeah.
And we
sirens
were
almost.
convinced that they were all famous actresses that we didn't know back then. We looked up, and none of them were. I was thinking it was Bryce Dallas Howard. It
Got
wasn't.
to be. Got
I
to
just
I've
made it
spoke
up.
to you about my reinforced swords, haven't I?
Don't know that you
Because
have.
that's kind of like the homemade gun. So when I was I have. When I was younger, I used to be obsessed with the Mummy Returns.
Oh, I know that about
And
you.
The Mummy one, 5 out of 5.
Yeah, the
What a
mo-
film.
The Scarab Beetles, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And then my nana like fed into this obsession
Oh,
that
yeah.
I had, and we would play the Mummy Returns when I stayed over at her house. So
Wow.
she would be the Scorpion King? Sorry,
Yes.
she would be
Yes.
the Scorpion King.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes, so she would play the Scorpion King, and I would run around the house.
Are
But-
you Brendan Fraser?
Yes, Brendan Fraser. And then
Wow.
sometimes Rachel Weisz, depending on how I
Yeah.
was feeling. And then, or John Hannah. And then
Nice.
one time I thought, no, I want this to be a bit more of a like duel situation. So we went and bought plastic swords from a costume shop in Dunfermline, but they weren't strong enough for what we had planned. So my granddad took the swords into his workshop, which he so handily had,
Yeah.
reinforced them with plywood, and then we fought with real wooden swords.
That's crazy.
That's
Because
awesome.
normally the thing about swords that lets you down as a child is that they're hollow plastic.
Yeah, well, it did because
And
he
you could-
snapped nearly instantly. It was pointless.
Because we often like to reflect on our childhood about how different things we would chew, etc., and put in our mouths that you shouldn't have.
I was a chewer.
Big chewer, knew
Big
it,
chewer.
knew it.
Look at these
Yeah.
teeth.
What did
Yeah.
you used to chew?
I would shoot swords,
Plastic
definitely.
swords.
I feel so bad not to name everybody I went to primary
Just
school
do
with.
it.
Chew- who
But there was a
cares?
lassie, I felt so bad because she won a pencil in some kind of competition. And I
Fair
said, "Oh, can I
prize.
borrow that?" Chewed it. And there was like bits of wood all around my lips and stuff. It was like a beaver.
Immediately.
And then I was just like kind of hid it somewhere, and she found it and she started crying. And she was like, "Who chewed this?" And I was just sitting there covered in wood
Shavings.
shavings. Yeah. Wood chip driveway over here, man.
I just don't have a pen. I don't like to chew a pencil because I don't like how it tastes. Funnily enough.
Nowadays, I don't chew them.
No,
But
but
back
I
then-
was a pen chewer. I still am. Like
to
when
chew.
it
I
comes.
like to chew.
And for me, I particularly like to chew it was obviously one specific brand of plastic swords we all used to have because they came with, they were sword was silver, but because it was plastic, it was grey.
Yeah.
And the sheath
Yeah.
was like bronze.
I love
and
the
I would pull that
plastic.
out and gnaw like fuck.
I was the same way.
We we were learning and discovering our
Yeah,
bodies.
sensory.
We were all just living life on life's terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should feel like we were weird
Also, we
because
weren't
everyone was
allowed to
doing it.
smoke fags or vape.
But we all were ever looking as for oral stimulation.
100%.
That is what no, fixation, not stimulation. Sorry. Who has a band called Oral Fixation?
Someone out there.
Is that not like is it in
Definitely.
School of Rock?
Chris
It
will know
would
he's
be.
an oracle
oral
of music.
fixation?
He's a
I
music
feel,
man.
I feel like it's in School of Rock or something.
Is that one of the other bands?
Who's Spider in? What's
No.
he in? With School of Rock.
Well, I don't know.
Sexy Spider.
No,
with
the one with the sleeves, the leather sleeves.
Oh, I want to watch School of Rock.
He pure
Tonight.
arcs when he's
Yeah,
talking to
yeah,
Joan
he
Cusack
does,
at the
he
end.
does
He's
so
pure
much.
like, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
I remember
He's
hating
been
to see
too
his
sexy to her.
pelvis bones.
Yeah.
I don't like
His
seeing a man like
low-rise
that.
trousers.
I hate a man in
The
low-rise
cum gutters, I believe
trousers.
they're called.
The what? The cum gutters.
That's what they're called.
No!
Those lines, the cum gutters.
No. See, this is why you. Wait. I just realised something. No, you.
Cum gutters!
Apologies to
This,
his
we,
voice.
we don't do that on this podcast, right? I know your podcast has got a crass name, right? This is an industry podcast full of successful industry guests with careers.
No, Chris, I
And
feel like
reputations.
you're here to crass it up a bit because
Yeah.
I'm sometimes a bit crass and Paul gets a bit scared, but
Right.
I feel like you could
No,
probably
and
be
we tried to
crasser
warn.
than me.
I tried to control Mark Black to not be crass on this.
Mark wasn't crass.
wasn't.
He
He's
was.
very funny
so you're
boy.
out crassing him.
Mark was quite pious, I thought, actually.
And Pontius Pilate.
He was. Yes, he wasn't being crass.
Oh, he's for the Bible.
Yeah, he's off the Bible.
But actually, speaking of professional careers, I think we should talk about your career.
Yeah,
Why?
Well, because
I'm preferring talking about the Mummy Returns.
listen,
of course.
so am I.
Cheers on plastic swords, which I didn't know anybody else had ever did.
Well, we can work it all back in.
Yeah,
we can
sure.
all, you can
Fold
circle
it.
back
oh, my
to
career.
anything.
What would you want to talk about?
Well, no, I
I'm
want
a
to talk
ran-through
about.
podcaster.
You're a ran through OG podcaster.
You're busy, definitely, which is good.
Yeah, busy boy.
You're busy. I keep a mental competition in my head of who the hardest working person in Scottish comedy is. Right? Who's the busiest? Well, I've got two in my head.
Who's
It's you and somebody else neck and neck. I want you to guess who it is. Constantly working, constantly doing something.
is he your brother?
No.
He's always doing stuff.
He's very active.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry,
He's always
Mark, if you're
he's like a wrestling faction with the Ewart brothers. That's
Yeah,
like his
that's
kind
true.
of D-Generation X.
No, but I say, this is my clue. I was doing a gig with this person not that long ago, and I said to them, every day I wake up and I look in the mirror and I say, Lord, give me the work ethic of Kate Hammer.
I love Kate Hammer, but
Me too.
aye, she's doing a show just now called Government Approved
Comedian.
Comedian
Yeah.
because she is an immigrant and she has to have a talent visa.
Yeah.
So she literally has to. They'll kick her out of
Yeah,
Scotland.
it lights a fire.
They'll kick her out of Canning Park.
Yeah.
If she not to dox her.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, not to dox us either.
Yeah.
If she doesn't,
She's done both. Unprovoked. Anyway.
she's great. They'll kick her out of Scotland if she doesn't like do so many gigs or like be in the
Yeah.
newspaper at
And do you
all.
know what I think it's amazing having to constantly prove that you're a working comedian. Because
Crazy.
what constitutes that if you had to break it down? There's so many things that you could go, that counts, I suppose.
What do you think motivates you, if not the threat of immigration?
Just like having to move back with my mum and dad.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's
that
a
was-
good
the
one, to
idea
be
of
fair.
like not being able to pay my rent. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's so many like rich dum-dums in comedy who don't have to
Name 'em.
work.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Everybody
Joking.
on TV.
Yeah.
There's just so many wealthy people whose mums and dads are like the landed gentry and they don't have to work hard because
Aye.
they just, they can go move back to their mum and dad's mansion. Do you know what I mean?
Everything's
I'm not moving
funny
back
when
to
that's
fucking
your
Bailson.
background.
Do you know what I mean? I can't go back to Swinton.
Swinton. See, when you said earlier Swinton,
Why am I
choked
thinking
on my turnips.
Swindon?
Yeah, because
It's
that's
not
obviously what I'm
Swindon.
thinking. And
Swinton.
then I was actually thinking of Dale Winton.
Have you ever been?
Drawers.
Do you know Easterhouse train station?
Yes, I've been there.
Do you know you take a right at that road outside it and there's a roundabout and you've got the Swinton Tavern, the Spa.
The 38 goes past. No, the 38 doesn't go past there. There's another bus. Oh yeah, the one that you
the one
get.
that goes to Edinburgh?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
You
what I
love
always
that
remember.
bus.
The
I like
900?
I like being on the 900
900.
there, and you go past Morrison's
Well,
and
I
all
grew
that.
up at that area.
Oh, right.
That's Swinton. because it's Easterhouse train station, but it's not an Easterhouse really. That's Swinton.
Yeah, because they're all very close to each other. When I think about it, because my friend used to live in Bayless, and I would get that bus up there to see her,
Yeah.
and then it's actually so near Easterhouse, and then that wee roundabout.
Yeah.
So that's your dwelling.
That's my bet.
And you don't
want
want
to
to
go back there.
I can't go back.
You can't.
I'm a wee West End wank.
How
No.
often
I
do you
could go
go
to
back?
the south side. But
Yeah.
how often? I had to go back. I had a big. My current show is about having to move back there last year after a big
Oh,
breakup.
so you have done it.
Yeah.
I've went back recently.
Oh, you did whole
Oh.
And,
breakup and back at mum and dad.
Yeah.
Double homicide.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Family fortunes, no results, noise there.
And how did you find
It
it?
was a nightmare.
Oh, really?
So it was like I just can't. I need. I'm a wee flat.
And that was your show, Scary Times.
This is Howling at the Moon. Is about
Yeah,
this.
but it was the. Oh yeah, because that just happened. I
Yeah.
forget. You need time to fucking write it. You can't just write it while it's happening and perform it.
But when
So-
you seen me, I was living with my mum and dad at that point in time.
Oh, okay.
And how long
And I
did
would
you
never
stay?
have known.
3 months, 4 months.
Oh, that's not too
I
It's
don't
okay. I
bad.
care.
got
So-
a flat.
Last year I moved in with my mum for 2 months, 3, and I had no idea when it would end. There was no end in sight. And
Right.
luckily, it was only like maximum 3 months. And I got on, mum. I think she's really sound. I
Yeah.
don't even have beef with her, even not even like historic beef or like whatever. And I still was like, right, this can't be any longer. It's just not livable. See, if you've ever moved out of your house,
Can't go back.
you can't go back. Truly,
Yeah, I've not been back since I was, because it's always kind of been
12 years.
yeah, like it's always been something that's motivated me whenever I've been a bit stressed or there's been uncertainty, because I would have to totally change my life going back to Fife, because it's not.
It's
I'd
like a
ha-
song. That's
Will
like a
we
song.
say
Back to
Change
Fife.
my life.
it's always? Last week we were saying that's 5. That's
what
what
I
people say. But
Monday in
outlets are so-
Kirkcaldy, Glen Rothes and me.
Oh, that was better than mine. Mine's was.
That's
What was mine?
good.
I said you're flying high in Kelty,
Yeah.
shot down in Crail.
I was doing,
That's
I
good.
was
That's
doing
obscure as
I
well.
was
longer
sitting
ones like
looking for-
Octorada and that.
Yeah.
Like mine's went flowing
But
as easy.
I've always been obsessed with rewriting songs with something more culturally relevant or relevant to our situations, and to the point where I'm constantly thinking about how many syllables are in a word so I can match them. So
Good match.
we could have a little writing day if you want to rewrite some
We can
songs
lay
and
down
we
some
can
beats
become
in the
musical
Beats in the
comedians.
booth.
Do you know, I used to have I used to go out with a lassie who went to St Andrews. So I was in Fife for a fair bit, and there was always a
Forget that's
sign.
Fife.
I know, it feels like a different world.
Yes.
It's so not. It's like completely, and it's actually really close to where I'm from, Dunfermline, and it just doesn't even feel
It's just crazy.
a semblance of the essence of Fife.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
But I'll let you
And has
continue.
it always been? Sorry, go on.
And then like they would always have a sign that said "leaving." That's a place leaving, and I always used to sing the Franz Ferdinand song. You're the reason I'm leaving. Leave me alone.
That's good. That works.
That was
I
a big
like
run up
that
there,
one.
but
No, hey, it was worth it. It was worth it.
I like it as well because it feels like you've become the place of leaving.
yeah,
As
Yeah.
well. I
you're
like
the reason
that.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, I
You've ruined
leaving.
my life to
I'm
the point I
leaving
became
now.
the
I
Fife
like
town
that.
of leaving.
Have you been to Leaving?
No, I've only seen the sign. Is it good?
I've learned
So-so.
so much about Fife over the past 6 years.
It's a kingdom.
Yeah, it's
It
the
is.
kingdom. It's not a kingdom, it's the kingdom. And
I've-
it's classified as a city.
I need to know how much our listeners come from Fife, because I'm interested in when we talk. We do bring up Fife every so often, and it's not even always you. I led with that's Fife.
That's fine.
That's what people say. That I wonder if, I say like my auntie hates listening to this podcast because she says we're always saying something wrong and we're trying to work it out, and she wants to tell us and she
Yeah.
I
can't.
would do a lot of
See, I
what?
think I do that to people for Fife.
What?
Like people for Fife are listening to me going, shut up, stop
No,
talking
but
about
I'm
Fife.
there to do corrections or
Yeah, that's true, as a
affirmations
representative.
as the spokesperson of Fife. Have you ever played a gig in Fife?
I was going to ask.
Aye.
Where?
Glenrothes, Kirkcaldy, Dunfermline.
Yeah, but did
St
you
Andrews.
do what's it called? Carnegie Hall or
I believe I'm doing Kirkcaldy or Dunfermline on my tour. One of them.
Are you excited?
I can't wait.
So excited,
Yeah.
can't remember which one.
Well, I know.
No, you're doing a
but
big
one of
tour.
my first, for the Gilded Balloon,
Mm-hmm.
they used to do a tour where you would do Glenrothes, Kirkcaldy, Dunfermline, and these venues we're talking about, then Glasgow and Edinburgh, and it was a 5-day run. It was one of my first ever paid gigs. And
And Fife.
in Fife. And because my girlfriend lived in Fife at the time, I would be cutting about in the wee buses at night.
Mm.
What a life. And I was so
Life in
poor that had sellotaped together headphones, and one of the comedians was like, "Do yourself a fiver, mate." He was a New Zealand guy. Like, do yourself a fiver. Get paid for this gig, boss. Some fucking headphones, because that's depressing to look at. It's like, wow, comedy industry's full of snakes.
Yeah. Do you think he was looking out for you?
I think he was trying to be funny, but it was too real.
Yeah.
See, with stuff like that as well, right? For some reason, even though it's veiled helpfulness, it just feels incredibly demeaning. Like, I remember, like, I famously, I try not to anymore, but I famously do have holes in my socks quite a lot, right?
Good too.
I know, right, that this is a universal.
Sign of hobo nature.
Yeah,
Don't get me started on a little red and white thing on the end of a stick.
A bindle?
is that what
its
that's
name?
I
called?
think it's called a bindle.
I was trying to write
Nice.
something about them in the script the other day, and I was just calling it rag on a stick,
But
like a
yeah.
cartoon homeless man.
Yeah.
A rag on a stick's what you used to wash yourself.
You're,
Okay, CEO of Hobo.
and
Hobo CPO? No.
I've not heard someone use the word hobo in so
Hobo is so
long. That was
good.
such a like high school.
So you're Hobo socks.
Yeah, so famously, I don't know what it is, right? I think for me, when I get a hole in my sock, if I like the sock, right, and all you can see day to day, I don't have holes in these socks, but they are odd. If you can just see the top of them, I'm like, no one knows what's going on beneath them. And
100%.
if what's, that's between me, myself, and I when I take my
Yes.
shoe off. But one time years ago, one of my friends was like, Kendra, I'll give you a fiver to get new socks. Like, just get new socks. And I was literally like, it's not even about that. Like, it's just about the fact that I'm so comfortable with myself that it doesn't faze me to have
That
holes in
bothers
my
other
socks.
people.
Exactly.
can't
I'm a hole in
handle
the
that.
sock type person as well.
Yeah.
But I do remember having to go to Foot Locker once to get new shoes, and the guy went,
Oh no.
"You want to try
no,
these on?"
no.
I take my shoe off, and he can see my middle toe. Just
Oh, the
flipping 'em off.
middle's somehow the one.
Middle's bizarre. No, I'm not
Middle's
trying to
Flipping them
crazy.
all.
No.
That's not about the length of my toes. That's just about the position of the hole.
That's
Mine's
so
is
funny.
always my big toe that I get.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
do get.
But see, when you said no one can see that, but you can feel it.
I know, but it doesn't
It's
really. To
uncomfortable.
be fair, right, I will admit, for when I turned 30, I thought I'm not going to change aspects about me, but I'm just maybe going to be more considerate of how an adult woman behaves. So I got rid of the whole.
Adulthood is a costume, but it's an important costume to wear sometimes.
Yes, exactly true. So I was like, I'm going along with this. However, I hold it in my heart that I think it's endearing that those things don't bother me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to live a life when I'm so concerned about having a hole in my sock. And neither
I
do
agree.
you, Chris.
No. I just don't often have them, but
No.
it's not because I'm obviously hardly on the other side of the hobo spectrum.
Yeah.
I'm down there with you. But
That's the thing, you have an
I have
affinity.
Do you know
lots
with
my
of
it.
those
girlfriend's
vibes,
my
just
girlfriend's
like
very crafty, and she'll darn
As in-
she'll as in she'll like darn a sock.
Oh, I thought you meant crafty like evil.
oh,
Like she's right crafty. I was
She's
like,
a
oh, to
witch.
speak
That's
about
why
her
you were
like that.
questioning that there.
No, she likes her
She knit
thread.
your
She's a
silk
cross
socks.
stitcher, and
Yeah.
I'm not wearing the right jacket, but she recently sewed the the pocket back on one of my jackets, and she cross stitched a little bear on the inside of
That's
it.
a
and stuff
no,
like
but
that.
that's a really good, like, practical and creative endeavor to undertake. I kind of want to do stuff like that.
we are kind-
Crochet, crochet.
She can crochet with the best
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Well, we
Nice.
were talking recently about how we want to go back to, like, when we seen Hamnet, we were like, oh, we should start living like that again. In ways. In ways. We should
Let's
start.
maybe get rid of the plague stuff.
Listen, as
Maybe
part
not
of
let
Take
a
the
wee
good with
boy
the
sleep
bad.
next to a lassie when she's got the plague.
They should have thought that, yes. But it was that if I went back there and got some sort of plague, I would accept it as having a true, authentic experience of that time.
Yeah, it's true.
But in
what's
general, we
it?
need to start speaking like that
What's
and doing
for you
some
won't
of
go
the
by
things.
you, even the plague.
This was your takeaway from Hamnet.
Yes, but that is not my point right now. My point was that no, I can't remember.
Did you cry at that?
Yes.
Yeah. How many times? I
I
got
did-
4.
I didn't
So
cry
we
at all.
we've had a conversation about this because I was completely bereft.
Yeah.
And Paul didn't cry, and I was shocked because I thought I just can't.
We
believe
normally have the same, like I would say out of most of our friends, we would have the most
Similar
similar
tear
taste
ducts.
in films for a lot of things, but in terms of crying as well. Like,
Yeah.
So I was really, but do you know what I think the problem is, right? Not to go over this again, because I don't know, like there was probably 90% of the people that hadn't seen Hamlet when we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I think when someone tells you you're going to cry at this loads of times,
Mm-hmm.
it's something like it robs the ability for it to take your breath
So
away.
I thought it was going to be emotional, but I actually didn't know as much about it as I normally know about a film before I go and see it. So I was just so taken by it, and I did cry. I cried into my Nando's as we discussed.
I thought it was really good. I loved it. I didn't.
Yeah.
But you didn't cry.
I just didn't cry. But
And
I
you said you cried 4 times.
4 times.
Are you
performative.
quite a big crier?
I cry. I mean, I cry at films a fair bit.
Oh,
I think it's just
non-stop.
because you're in the dark. Nobody's
Yeah.
looking your way. Nobody's looking the road you're on.
I love it. I love to cry. My
Get it
favorite
out.
thing in the world is to cry in the cinema. Like genuinely, it's and it's never because you don't sob. Well, maybe you do.
I do. I
But
don't
you
give a
don't.
fuck.
No, but like you don't like. Like
No,
you're
when
not having
I
a mental breakdown.
When I went to see it, no, because there's something
It's
quite.
my boy.
There's something quite satisfying about, when you're crying, but it's like it feels so visceral and thick inside your chest, but you have to hold it back a little bit, and it feels kind of
Yeah,
thrilling.
it feels like life's a movie.
Yeah.
I heard a beautiful quote. It said, "Great art doesn't make you cry; it lets you cry."
Oh, that's
Whoa.
very nice.
That's
That
very
is
nice,
nice.
isn't it? Maybe you just didn't need
People
to
say
get.
that about this podcast.
Yeah.
Great podcast.
Doesn't make you laugh, but it lets you laugh. That's the new Some Laugh intro. I
That's
think.
good.
That is good, actually. Enjoy.
Now we're all too moved to move on.
I mean,
all
what's
too
the
moved.
most embarrassing thing you've cried at in the cinema though? Where you're like, they
Norbit.
robbed me of those tears. Wilson Gromit.
Norbit.
Norbit.
Norbit!
No, I'm joking. Just
Rasputia.
Bigelow.
Just Bigelow.
We
Thank
we
you
were
so much,
talking
by
the
the
other day because on Shooting Ropes. Was it on Shooting Ropes? Yeah.
Potentially.
You're fucking on every podcast
I
in the
know,
world, I
it's-
can't tell. It was Shooting Ropes. You were talking about Juice Bigelow, the male gigolo.
Oh,
Did you ever
yeah.
see?
I haven't seen.
Oh, that's. I
No.
thought you would have
But
seen.
it's one of those
Nobody
ones where,
talks
like,
about it. I
Nobody
love
talks
that.
What's that like Mandela effect or whatever? Like I feel like I have seen it, but I know that I haven't.
You've seen a Rob Schneider film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen that one.
Well, when you were talking about that, I was like, oh my God, no one ever talks about this film. I was obsessed with that film as a child. Every time I ask someone, they haven't seen it. Have you seen it, Lorenzo? Of course.
Can I try and tell you the plot?
please, yes.
It's really good.
I've not seen it in a long time, but I'm
Uh-huh.
going to try and you can confirm it.
Well, I've not seen it in a very long time either,
Right.
so
Lorenzo
I
can
can try.
confirm
broad
or deny.
strokes here.
Broad Church.
It's a broad church. Rob Schneider's career is a broad church. So Rob Schneider plays Juice Bigelow, who is
The European Gigolo.
that's
No.
number 2.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, I've not seen the sequel.
That's the squeakquel. Number 1 is Juice Bigelow works in an aquatic pet shop. He's a fish salesman, and he is very lout-ish guy.
Nice
where
word.
he would do a thing where there's a girl who works there too, and she wears a top, but he's like, "Can you get?"
Too many details.
It's part of the plot.
Sorry, I know the bit you're
Where,
describing.
yeah, maybe that's too much for this podcast. But well, so it's disgraceful. He's a real lout, but then he's a gross wee guy, not dissimilar for me. But he decides to become a male prostitute,
Right.
even though he's not a good-looking guy. So he would go to bars and try and be a prostitute, but then it turns out a lot of the people that he's trying to sell his body to, they're a prostitute, and they're arguing over who deserves to be paid from hanging out with each other. Very funny.
And a good metaphor. A good metaphor
yeah.
for life. I'm sure someone can make it
Sure,
into one.
Maybe.
And then there was another one.
Well, it was
And then
still
there was
at
European
it in the Europe.
Gigolo, yeah.
And do you remember Peach Cobbler? That's all I
Peach
remember.
cobbler?
It's from one of the women that he goes with, but it's probably quite problematic actually.
Yeah. As I was saying that thing about the lassie's top, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not
I
going
saw you doing a live edit there when you were describing.
Listen, it was a different time.
Right, well, will I watch it?
No.
Nah. if you had seen it when you were younger and wanted to
Yeah.
jog your memory,
But it's like
again,
a time machine. It's like going back
Yeah.
to it's
Like Hot Tub Time Machine.
never
it's
seen
exactly like Hot Tub Time Machine.
it. But when after I messaged Chris about it the other day, I went, "Oh, I'm going to look this up." I didn't know that Rob Schneider is like a crazy, crazy Trump fan, and
Yeah.
more than that, he's like a fucking psychopath.
I remember Rob Schneider played the Oran Moore. He done
Really?
a stand-up show at the Glasgow Comedy Festival a few years ago at the Oran Moore, and I was just like, it was the same
Did
night
you
as my
go?
show, and I was like, love to have went and seen it. But
That's
to
gutting.
just be like, the fuck's this, man?
I like playing on the Oranmore, right? I did one of my first. We did a show together there once. I did my first solo stand-up show there as well, right? And remember thinking, love this venue, really nice. What's going on with the couch in the green room? Busted as hell.
Oh,
Sorry, but the only
yeah.
reason I feel
Ran
like it's
through.
the most ran through couch in the world. But I think it was kind of like, oh, it's iconic though.
Yeah.
Loads of people
How
sat
many
on it.
arses have ripped this?
Yeah.
David Cross sat on this couch
I know,
once.
but there is quite a lot of people that have played there more than I realised. But anyway, I've heard, I've not done a gig there in a while. They've got a brand new couch.
Wow.
Maybe for Rob Schneider coming in.
Maybe for old Robbie.
You never know.
Trumpist Rob Schneider coming down to the door and more. It was a few years ago.
Aye, because I feel like you can't exist in the creative industries and be a Trump supporter because nobody will let you. No, that sounds like I've defended them. Going, that's not fair.
Nobody will fucking let you say these things
No,
anymore.
no, but the actual, they were like, people were just like, well, you're not going to get booked for it. And so,
Or even
you
like
need to
Adam
pretend.
Sandler's is like his best pal. Like he was a pure. Do you know the sharks that have the wee sucky guys that follow him about?
Oh,
A
aye.
lamprey, I think they're called. He was a wee bit of a lamprey on Adam Sandler. He was in other films going, "You can do it, Nicky," and all that type of stuff. And then now even Adam Sandler's like, "Fucking leave him out."
Aye.
We've had enough
He's
of him.
not in vogue.
He's no longer Rob Schneider. It's safe to say is no longer in vogue.
Tomorrow, right, I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Say tomorrow, your agent phones you up and says, CMB,
Mm-hmm.
I have an amazing opportunity for you.
I'm so delighted to hear that. What is it?
Rob Schneider, World Tour. Once you opening for him, World Tour is in Japan. Every town in Japan.
He's doing an 100-day tour of
Every
Japan.
time in Japan.
Not every town.
Every
Oh,
town.
right.
Every town
Tokyo,
in Japan.
Osaka, Nagoya, Kyoto. The list goes on.
All of them, right? And there'll be various breaks throughout the dates in Japan to spend some time culturally there. There'll be a make your own gun workshop. There'll be petting deer, all that. Right? There'll be so
Whoa.
many things.
I think I would
Studio
have to
Ghibli
go.
World. It's
give
not
me-
finished. It's not finished. Don't give me your answer yet. Then, Japanese leg over. You play a residency and leaving for 2 months.
I get to do my
Every
hit
night
song. You're the reason I'm leaving.
Exactly.
You open from every night. Money's good. What are you saying?
I think I would say, wee minute, I need to phone Lorenzo about something I said in the podcast. I need to take and then I'd be fucking, no, I don't think I'd like to hang out with him. Oh,
No.
sorry.
And don't meet your heroes.
Don't meet
Not
your
these
heroes.
are heroes,
Yeah,
but-
don't meet your enemies either.
No.
Meet people that you're fine with.
Aye.
Meet
Look, that's why we're all here.
acquaintances.
No heroes, no enemies between us.
Just colleagues that respect
Yeah.
each other's work.
Exactly.
Acquaintances,
Yeah.
but could be more
Yeah. Well,
pet friendly.
so tell us about your tour. Where are you heading on your brand new tour? Howling at the Moon, not Dark Side of the Moon.
Not Dark Side of the Moon. That's a Pink Floyd album.
I know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Didn't know you're a big Floyder. Where am I going? The King's Theatre. You've played there.
Nice. Lovely venue.
King's Theatre in Glasgow. The Lyceum Theatre in Edinburgh. We sold out Monkey Barrels. We thought try somewhere bigger at the end of the year. Cardiff, Cumbernauld, Belfast, Dublin, Paisley, Troon, Irvine, Inverness, Shetland, somewhere in Fife. I can't remember if it's Kirkcaldy
You're
or
about to get
Dunfermline.
even more ran
know.
through, Chris.
People are going to get refunds when you don't know what town it is. You're going to invite when they bought tickets.
Lorenzo, can you Google Fife, Christopher Macarthur-Boyd,
Rob Schneider.
Howling at the Moon?
Kirkcaldy.
Kirkcaldy, just as you thought. You were
Adam
You
right.
Smith.
said Kirkcaldy.
You were right
I
the
was
first
born
time.
there.
Were you really?
Yes, that's
It's
my
nice, isn't it?
birthplace. Yep.
Adam Smith Theatre?
Yep, know him.
Yeah. Capitalism?
Yep.
R.S. McCall.
Do you know about Pancake Place?
No.
Well, you'll soon find out.
Please tell me now so I can live.
So Pancake Place, if it's still open, which I hope it is a East Coast institution. We have one in Dunfermline, one in Kirkcaldy, and
Okay.
it does what it says on the tin. It's the Pancake Place.
Yeah.
So it does pancakes, but it does other like brunchy options. It does
What
curly
type of
fries.
pancake is this? A kinda-
Spoon-sized pancake, it's called. So when you go in,
Spoon-size?
ask for a spoon-sized pancake with syrup. Just keep it simple. Don't get anything
That's too
mental.
small.
No, it's not
Is it a
actually
big spoon?
spoon-sized. I don't know why it's called a spoon-size, but it's called a spoon-sized pancake. I promise you. Don't get like squishy cream and
No.
all that
I
shite
would
and
never do
toffee
that.
sauce. Just go in and say, can I get a spoon-sized pancake with maple syrup
Yeah.
that Kendra sent me?
Here, Kendra sent me. Give me a spoon-sized pancake with maple syrup.
I really hope it's still open. I'll Google it after.
I'll be heartbroken if it's
Yeah.
not.
That is a good thing about going on tour, is that you get to eat your way around the country.
Delicacies.
See, when I'm doing my tax returns,
Yeah.
it's so nostalgic because I'm
And you
going
go,
through
"Fuck, that was good."
every card transaction, going, mind that pancake.
Mind that spoon-sized pancake.
Mind the size of that spoon, Jesus.
Yeah. I know. Well, that
You're on your tour as well, aren't you?
I am, but thank you. We thank you for shouting out. But
Have a
I'm
tour
full-
off.
Cash cow.
Yeah. Cash cow. Thank
Is
you
it 2
very
days
much.
in Inverness? Or did you
One
just...
day in
Right.
Inverness. Thank you. Actually, thank you for shouting out specifically because we added it late, and every person we did our podcast show, and there was a girl there for Inverness, and she did know. I think she was coming, but everyone else I've encountered was like, I didn't know you're playing in Inverness, and I was like,
I've never actually been to Inverness.
Oh, it's lovely.
I've never been.
It's nice.
I love it. I do.
I do,
Why
I-
I keep setting myself up for failure here? No, I do love Inverness, and I can't wait to play Eden
It's
Court in
beautiful.
Inverness. Have you been?
I've been to
Well, have you played there?
I've
Sorry.
been to Eden Court like 7 times.
Nice.
I've been doing this for ages.
How long have you been? 10 years?
13 years I've been
13?
doing stand-up. I'm
Since
so
you were 17 or
tired.
18?
I was 19.
Nice.
Really well done.
I'm so tired.
Are yes.
I just want
tiring.
to stop.
Do you?
No, I love it.
Oh, well done.
But do you feel that way of being like? Because every time I talk to a comedian, I always like I say, do you ever feel that way when you've got a gig that night, you're about to go on stage or whatever, and you're like, oh fuck, or sometimes you're like, oh, buzzing to do this gig. Sometimes you're like, oh, what the fuck I'm going to do. I don't know what you're feeling a bit all over the place, and then you have to remind yourself, one, chose to do this, and two, actively pursued it.
This was my dream for a decade.
Yeah.
And now it's came true. And I just try and remember, like, I'm too daft to do any other job. I can't do anything else.
You're too far in as well.
Too far in.
Aye.
It's not even a sunk cost fallacy. It's like an absolute sunk cost. It's like, I've absolutely fucked my life. I have to continue down this road. Otherwise, I can't start again. I can't go to college at 33 next year.
You
Sitting at
can,
Glasgow
mature
College.
student.
I hated the mature students when I was at college and uni.
They get a bad rap.
Oceans.
Hand up for everything. Shut the fuck
That
up.
would genuinely be me if I went back in education. I would 100% be in the front row.
But you know what? It actually is interesting because it's because they know who they are. You don't when you're seeing them.
Yeah,
When you
that's
see
true.
when you're younger,
They've
you go,
got
"Fuck you, you freak."
no airs or graces
No.
or qualms.
In fact,
No
when I went to
qualms
uni,
Great things not to have.
when I went to uni for 5 minutes, and there was someone in my course who was 23, and we were all like old cunts.
Couldn't believe it. When I
Really?
remember being, there was a guy, loved him. He was from Inverness. Andy Harbison. Lovely guy.
You love full names.
Love to full name a person from
You
my
know what?
past I
This
don't
might
speak
be-
to anymore.
This might be Andy's only moment. Sorry.
No, Andy's had a life.
Oh, has he?
But I remember him being 23 and he was my pal in the class. He was had a few pounds, pretty popular. Andy Harbison. And I remember him being like, yeah, I just worked in a kind of a window company for a few years. And I thought, oh, I'll try and learn journalism in Edinburgh. And I was just like, 23. I remember saying to myself, and Andy, I'm sorry if you hear this, but I remember saying to myself, Andy, if I'm 23 and I don't have a degree, I'm fucking ending my own life. Yeah, and then now I'm 32, no qualifications, no job. I mean, what a nightmare.
I know, but that's Kendra always corrects me. I'm obsessed with saying I don't have a job, right? And I need to get a
don't.
fuck job. But then Kendra goes, you do have a job.
You do have a job. It's just not a vocation that's
Traditional.
frameworked in a traditional fashion. That's
If
it.
you didn't
Sounds
have
like
a
you don't have a
job,
job when you're saying shit like that. I do
But
have a
listen,
job, I just have a
you're
vocation
pretty
that's
fucking
not...
busy for not having a job.
Yes,
You
exactly.
need to be busy when you don't have a job. I've got so much free time.
I know.
Waking up at 2? No, I'm getting better.
But that is the thing, is you need to be like, I think like that industry, the comedy industry is full of people that have obviously it suits them because I always think we're all freaks. We're freaks in school. We became popular by being funny because nothing else was making us popular. Sorry if I don't mean
this
to
is
speak for
true.
you. I mean, I feel that about comedians.
I feel like
And-
you've been reading my diary, Paul.
and we all would stay up all night and sleep all day, and then we became adults. We'd worked hard to become self-employed, but then we're like, who the hell's going to organise this? Me?
yeah.
Don't think so.
Organise this.
Who's going to
Yeah.
organise my life?
The sequel to Analyse This, Organise This.
Organise this. You know we love analyse this.
Analyse
Sigmund
this.
Analyse
Freud.
that
Yeah.
even better.
And analyse this sequel. Analyse that.
Yeah.
2 movies that could.
D-movie.
and tell us what can we expect from Chris.
Can I just say, I love this podcast. I'm so glad to be on it.
Oh, thank you.
I listen
Appreciate
to it
it.
when I'm going to sleep, and I don't mean that in an insulting way. It's
Really?
just very kind of used to just talking.
Does
So
that
is-
help you sleep?
I fall asleep to podcasts.
But does that mean when you wake up, ever on occasion you've been like, oh, and it's one of us?
Sometimes I do wake up at 5 and like it will go to a different podcast. There'll be a big
Ah.
loud advert. I go, who the fuck?
Oh,
But
yeah.
most of the time, I just kind of go. I'll be falling asleep. And I go, I turn it off. And I just go,
Yeah.
But it's such a lovely life to get to live, to fall asleep like that. No pressure
Thank you.
to get to sleep. It's not just your
We're
podcast. It's other podcasts, but
Are
this
available.
is a good
And
one.
boy, don't you know it, Chris.
But yeah, thanks for the shout out for my tour. I'm gigging away, doing all my wee shows.
And-
Did you know that way where it's like I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life? So I need to plug this one, but at the same time, if you miss this one, there'll be another one to you.
I
so
know.
don't worry about it.
That's true. And also, I feel like plugging stuff is hard because it feels a bit like you're the person that needs to drive it all the time, and you go, I just did a tour last year, or I did a show last year, and I begged people to come see it, and then they did, and then I'm
Yeah.
going, hi, another one.
Another
And
one.
obviously, you're providing them with a show, so it's not like you're just saying, please just give me money. But
Yeah.
it is a hard place to be, and I hate it. I hate constantly having to punt tickets, even though people might not think that because
Yeah.
it's all we do.
But
I don't know. I think that if you don't punt it,
who's going to punt it?
who's going to punt
You could
it?
say that for a lot of things, couldn't you?
Yeah, we have written. I always think about like careers of musicians and them having eras, and I'm like, I'm literally a man wearing an overshirt with a mic. Why am I trying to have an era? But I
Cash cow era.
like posters. I like making my posters and stuff, and I like having this is what this show's about, and obviously
The wee
you all
world
have-
of it.
Aye, and because it's so short lived, you go, I better enjoy it.
Yeah.
But the dream is to be one of the Peter Kay 4-year tour.
Just the same show,
Aye.
4 years, 4 DVDs, same jokes.
Bro, why did we
Blow
not
me
start
now.
stand up? Why did we
Okay.
not start stand up when fucking DVDs existed?
I know, it would have been great to make money.
It'd been amazing. See, back in the day, we could have had Who Agrees DVDs.
Need.
It's not too late.
Need
Who
the
agrees
money.
The treble.
Can I ask you a question? I
Yes.
saw your I am tattoo.
Don't do this to me.
Is this a Sylvia Plath tattoo or is this a frightened rabbit quoting Sylvia
No,
Plath tattoo?
no. Very good question, though.
Uh-huh.
No, so I was like Sylvia Plath obsessed as a teen.
Yes.
And for some reason, right, this is so funny. For some reason, my mum, which is unlike most mothers, was really keen on me going to get a tattoo at age 16.
Because your
And-
mum's cool.
And she, no,
I
but
got
she,
a tattoo at 16 as well. 'Cause my
she-
dad took me over to Barcelona and was like, fucking get this.
oh, similar vibe.
Yeah.
So my mum was like, no, you should get a tattoo. Why would you not get a tattoo? Blah. But obviously, because I was severely underage, you can't really find that many tattooists that want to do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to children.
Go to Spain.
I found one,
Oh.
and I was really into like Sylvia Plath at the time, so I got the quote, which
Uh-huh.
It's slipping out right,
right,
now.
wait, but right, so loved it at the time, was obviously buzzing, right? It's so fucking badly done, right? Anyway, as I grew older, I, grew more shame and realised that this was fucking embarrassing. But at the
think it's
same
cool.
thank you. I like the sentiment, it's just so poorly done and
Uh-huh.
it's so visible, right?
Oh.
But I just kind of forget about it anyway. As I've grown older, when people first meet me and they see it or whatever, they'll be like, what does that say? And I'm like, oh no. And then they'll be like, Tam. Ian.
It's my top 3 still game characters is Pam, and Pam.
So
that's
thank
good.
you for noticing, but it is a source of
I
embarrassment.
thought, wow, that's great. You
Thank
know,
you.
That's a great
Appreciate
book.
that.
And,
It is.
you
It's
know.
my favourite of all time still. So I
My
love the
higher
sentiment.
English dissertation was about the similarities between Catching the Rye and the Belgian.
They were two favourites when I was younger. So
Yeah,
I
me
did
too.
my high school dissertation on that for advanced higher English, and then I did my English literature dissertation on Plath as well.
That's
Well, I
awesome.
did confessional poetry.
Oh.
Can you show
Thank you
your,
for-
if you want to, if you're not comfortable, don't, but your tattoos camera just if we use this for a clip. There it is. Tam.
And also-
Ian.
No worse than this, which I got in Magaluf.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
Which is so poorly
love
done.
her.
It's
Oh, that's
unreal.
fine.
No,
That's
that's,
nice.
shit.
That's cool.
Now you're going to ruin the clips. People are
That's
going
pop.
to slag your shoes.
Oh, my
You're gonna
shoes.
catch
I know,
strays.
you got the
they
toe
are.
shoes?
I do have the toe
That's
shoes.
cool.
But
They're very good
I've
for your
been-
balance.
Wanting to tell you this, I think you're going to feel so vindicated because I'm seeing them pop up everywhere now.
I do love
I think
these
people are going to
shoes.
slag you, and you're going to feel like, yeah, you bastards tried to make me feel small for my toe shoes,
Yeah,
and now
It's
you
very
don't want them.
Japanese.
they are. That's what I was just about to say because
Rob Schneider's going to love you.
they having your toes spread like this
It's
is
good.
actually very good for your balance and your center of gravity and your grounding.
Yeah.
And I've walked so many steps in these on holidays and days that I'm just here, and they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's my ad
So
for
watch
these.
this space.
I don't think I could pull off the individual toe
You
shoes.
could
I
do what you
couldn't.
want.
I can do what I want. That's a good point.
You
yeah.
can do
Do
what you
whatever the
want.
fuck you want, include going on tour
Yeah.
and selling tickets.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to have you on, and we will do our crossover Corey Dale.
Hell yeah.
Can I get a wee
Bam,
selfie?
get-
Yeah.
Damn, this bitch is a fan.